And back on the field here in the spring, what are some of your goals this spring? Are you looking to take a big jump this year?
Yeah, definitely. Just trying to fine tune everything that I worked on from last year. And one of that is just consistency. Really just trying to lock in all the things that I've learned and then just try to, produce it on the field too. So that means preparation, that means, doing what I have to off the field to get myself ready. And it just means competing and, bringing my best every day.
It was kind of a three starters kind of thing last year with D'Arcangelo. Now that he's gone, do you see the opportunity to step into a bigger role this year?
Yeah, for myself, I'm definitely working on, trying to be more available for the coaches. However, in the end, the coaches dictate all that, and all I have to do is just, put my best foot forward every day and let the chips fall how they may.
What's your skill set? What do you add that's different maybe than some of the other guys?
I don't know. I don't really like talking about myself too much, but I do say that, my goal is just to do whatever the coaches want me to do to the best of my ability, use my God-given abilities, strength, speed, physicality, all that, mix that in along with, the mental part of it and, allow myself to be of use to them. So.
Coach Boo talked about your pass rushing ability. Do you feel like that's the blitzing? Do you feel like that's a strength of your game?
Yeah, that's definitely something that I've been trying to work on, especially, with Coach Boo and then also with our new outside linebackers coach, Coach Bullen. They've helped me a lot on trying to fine tune that and, capitalize off what I did last year. And, hopefully I'm praying that will pay dividends on the field this year.
You played at a high school with a pretty strong connection here. Did you know all this stuff before you got here? Or even when you were in high school, did you know about some of the guys who've been before you here?
Yeah, at my high school, they did a great job of just teaching us the legacy of that Mount Carmel to Illinois connection. One of the guys that, that was talked about a lot was actually Simeon Rice. And his whole story, coming from high school where his freshman year, he was like on the freshman B team and, seeing, all that he's accomplished throughout the high school, college, and NFL level is just something you want to aspire to be. It gives you hope that, you can just, if you keep working, that, things will pay out. So.
Did you always have it in your head to come here because of that, or was that play a role or not a role?
I always wanted to, stay home.
Okay.
That was something that, I always thought about. Earlier in my high school career, it was kind of shaky with, recruiting and everything, so I didn't know if it was going to be a possibility. But once Coach Bielema gave me that opportunity, I knew that, there wouldn't be any other place I'd want to be, so.
What's this competition? Coach Boo said it's pretty intense for those inside linebacker reps right now.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely competitive. We have veterans, that have been in the system for a long time, and then you have young bucks, trying to etch their name into those ranks. So it just brings the best out of everyone, all that ferocity can be seen on the field. That competitive nature is something that, brings the true output of our defense, even at all other positions, we can see that competitiveness, seeping through. And so, it's good. That's how you want it. You don't want things to be, mild and base. So, yeah.
What did you guys, as a younger group, learn, whether it was Dylan or Malachi or James? What did you guys learn about watching these guys last year, Tariq and all them, and then getting on the field yourself?
The biggest thing that we learned is that, the devil's in the details. So, being able to really analyze, your keys, analyze what's on the field, the formations, and, having a sense of what you might be catching is something that, is so important to production on the field, In our positions, we have to be very cerebral. And so, with that takes a lot of effort, on the mental side, on and off the field, to kind of hone that skill.
Was the transition to college, or was it relative to what you thought it would be? Was it harder, easier? Tell me where it was.
When I first got here, it was definitely a learning process, learning curve to it. You know, coming out of COVID, you know, you really weren't, you were like half in, half out with football because of the quarantine and things would change. So being able to come here and like be fully set on, you know, working and doing everything you need to do was something that, you know, was hard a little bit, you know, at the beginning. But then, you know, as you go through it, it starts to get easier with the consistency. So at this point now, it's something that, you know, comes second nature to me.
How about the school part? Because you went to go to high school, obviously. The academic side of that, was that again kind of tricky because of COVID? How's that going?
School part, you know, I wouldn't say it hasn't been hard. It's just that the hard part about it is that just balancing football with the academics part, because you know they give you a lot of time to finish your work. They give you a lot of resources to help you. So you just have to have good time management, and you know be able to focus on those subjects, on those studies, so that your attention can really fall back into football again. So.
You said your goal was to do what the coaches, you know, do what that is asked of you. What would be a kind of a dream year this year for you? What would be, you know, high end? What would it be?
High end. I'm just worried about winning.
Okay.
So you know, for me, you don't want to. I don't really like saying things and all that. I just work every day, and then the production will come with that. You know, that's not something that I you know try to aspire to or try to look forward to, because you know, for me, it'll just mesmerize what I'm seeing right now. You know, so
the stats don't matter as much to you other than the win and loss.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know. Yeah.
It answered like a vet.
Right, that's it. You have to say that. Way.
Tell me a little bit about Coach Henry. Like, what have you seen out of him as a defensive coordinator the first couple of months?
Coach Henry's awesome, man. He's awesome. He stepped into that role, and you know he's taking advantage of it. You know, he's a leader of men. The whole defense trusts him. I like what he's doing with the defense. I like his vision for it, the way he's taking control of it, and I think that you know having someone in house has been such a benefit to it, because then there's not too much changeover, you know. So I think that it was I really like him there, and I just can't wait to see what we do this year.
So you guys were big fans of that?
Yeah.
Just not a lot of changes, I would guess, is that the biggest part?
Yeah, you know, not a lot of changes, and you know, it keeps with our continuity and what the mantra and the culture of our defense. You know, that's one of the big things that we hold.
You obviously were pass rusher in that dime package. Like, what's your next step to play in the more 3-down linebacker spots? Like,
just try to be more complete in my linebacker process. You know, even though last year I did more pass rushing, this year I just want to be able to be just a true linebacker. You know, and it comes with you know a lot more. You have to do a lot more off the field for that, which I have been doing. So it's not something new. And then it just comes with you know a lot more execution on the field. You know, the coaches will trust you on greater scenarios, and they expect you to fulfill it. They expect you to step into that role and you know do what needs to be done for the team to win. So if I'm chosen for that, I'll gladly and I'll wholeheartedly do that.
So you got Coach Boo, you got